The Chargaff rule was proposed by Erwin Chargaff, which states certain relationships between the nitrogen bases present in DNA, the concentration of nitrogen bases present in DNA, and this rule essentially states that in the DNA of any particular species, there should be a 1:1 stoichiometric ratio between purines and pyrimidines. Or otherwise, it says that in the DNA of a particular species of organism, the ratio of adenine to thymine or guanine to cytosine is always the same. So we will just go to an example, that is, this is a summary of certain findings which was made by Chargaff. So here this is maize, in which you can see that the percentage of adenine is 26.8 and the percentage of thymine is 27.2. So they are almost similar. Whereas the percentage of guanine is 22.8 and the percentage of cytosine is 23.2. So it says that the ratio of adenine to thymine or guanine to cytosine will be the same for all members of the species. That is what the Chargaff rule says, and in the light of this finding, Erwin Chargaff formulated 4 generalizations which are collectively called as the Chargaff's rules. So the first one is, the base composition of DNA varies with species, but it remains the same among members of a species. So here you can see, this is maize, where the percentage of adenine is 26.8, in octopus it is 33.2, in gallus or fowl it is 28, in ratus it is 28.6, in grasshopper it is 29.3, in yeast it is 31.3, in E. coli it is 24.7, like that. So that is what the first rule says, that the quantitative base composition of DNA, even though it varies with species, for all members of a particular species it will be the same. Now we will come to the second rule. The second rule says that DNA contains equal amounts of purines and pyrimidines. That means there is a 1:1 stoichiometric ratio between purines and pyrimidines. So which are the purines? Adenine and guanine. And which are the pyrimidines? Thymine and cytosine. So the second rule says that in the DNA there will be equal amount of adenine plus guanine and thymine plus cytosine. That is, A plus G will be equal to T plus C. Why? Because in all the organisms, the DNA exists in the double-stranded form, and the two strands are complementary to each other. So if in one strand there is A, in the other strand there will be T. If in one strand there is G, on the complementary strand there will be C. So as much as there is A, there will be that much of T. As much as there is G, there will be as much of C. So A plus G is equal to T plus C. And therefore A plus G by C plus T will be 1, because A plus G is equal to T plus C. So A plus G by C plus T is equal to 1. So this is the second rule proposed by Chargaff. Then the third one. It says that the molar content of adenine is equal to that of thymine, that is A is equal to T, and the guanine content is equal to cytosine, that is G is equal to C. Or A by T will be equal to 1 and G by C will also be equal to 1, because adenine always pairs with thymine and guanine always pairs with cytosine. So A will be equal to T, and so A by T will be equal to 1. C will be equal to G, so G by C will also be equal to 1. So we will just check with the table. So this is A by T of maize. and that is 0.99, which is approximately equal to 1. This is the G plus C value. It is 0.98, which can be approximated to 1. In octopus, it is 1.05, the A plus T value. The G plus C value is 1. In fowl, it is 0.99. G plus C value is 1.02. So, throughout the table, we can see that the value is almost equal to 1, which supports the rule proposed by Chargaff. Then, the fourth one. The fourth one says that A plus T by G plus C is not equal to 1. So, what does this mean? A always pairs with timing. G always pairs with C. The number of A therefore will be equal to T. The number of G will be equal to C. But the number of A plus T base pairs need not be always the same as G plus C. So, A plus T cannot always be equal to G plus C. And so, A plus T by G plus C will not be equal to 1, but it will have a particular value. The A plus T by G plus C in any species will hold a particular value which will be true for all the members of that particular species, or which will be constant for all members of that particular species. So, that is what the Chargaff rule says. So, here in all these, if we calculate the A plus T by G plus C value, we will get a number, and that will be same for all members of that particular species. So, if we calculate A plus T divided by G plus C, you will get a particular value which will be same and constant for all members of this species. So, these are the four formulations made by Chargaff. That is, there is a 1:1 stoichiometric ratio between purines and pyrimidines. The quantitative base composition, even though it varies with species, it will remain the same among members of a species. A plus G will be equal to C plus T. So, A plus G by C plus T will be equal to 1. A is equal to T, G is equal to C. So, A by T equal to 1, G by C equal to 1. A plus T by G plus C need not be equal to 1, but it will assume a value which will be same for all the members of a species. So, this is all true because the DNA in all these organisms is double stranded and the two strands are complementary to each other. That means if in one strand there is a nucleotide A, in the complementary region there will be T. So, that is why this rule holds true for all the organisms. But here we come to this 5X174, which is a bacteriophage, in which there is a difference. There are some differences against this rule. So, here the A by T is not equal to 1. It is 0.77. That means there is more T than A. Here G by C is 1.08. So, this means that this, even though this is almost equal to 1, this can never be equal to 1. What does this say? When A by T is equal to 0.77, it means that if there are 77 A, there will be 100 T. In double-stranded DNA, this will not come true. So, why we get such a value in 5X174? This is because this is a bacteriophage and its genetic material is single-stranded DNA. That is why we are not getting exact 1 for A by T. So, in all the others, you can see that the value of A by T and G by C is almost approximately equal to 1. Whereas, in 5X174, it is not so. the A by T value is 0.77. It is because 5x174 contains single stranded DNA. So this is all what the Chargaff rule says.